Hi there and welcome to another FunkyPunk Music guitar tuition video. This term we've been looking at bar chords. Now bar chords are an incredible resource. You can take an open chord shape, they're the ones that we've been learning so far, a C, an A, a G, an E, a D, maybe an E minor, an A minor, and lots more open chord shapes. And you can learn to not just keep them as one chord, but to move them up and down the fretboard of the guitar, up and down the neck of the guitar, and every time you move them one fret, they become a new chord. Now let me show you how that's done. An open chord is called an open chord because some of the strings are left open. For example, an E, or E major for our piano friends, is played like this. First finger on the G, the third string up, and then two best friends on the A string and the D string. Now that leaves the other strings open. The big E is open, the little B is open, and the little E is open. To turn this into a bar chord, first of all, we need to play the same E chord but using these three fingers, not the first finger. We're going to use that later. Okay, so this becomes this. Second finger on the third string up, and then two best friends there with the third finger and the little finger. It's not a pinky. Next, see if you can put your first finger behind the nut of the guitar. That's the white plastic strip there. So E shape, the first finger behind the nut. Now that's still an E major chord, but as soon as we move it by one fret, it becomes a new chord. Now in order to know what that chord is, we need to learn our musical alphabet. I'm always saying that to students. Learn your musical alphabet, it's really important and will be a massive resource to you in the future. We can start the musical alphabet from any point in the 12 notes. Because we're playing an E chord, let's start from E. E. As we move that bar chord one fret, we move one step along the musical alphabet circle. So E becomes F. One more step, F sharp. One more fret, G. So an E shape with a bar on the third fret, then the shape. On the third fret is a G. On the fourth fret, G sharp. And on the fifth fret, A. Now that same technique can be used for several different chords, as I mentioned, many different chord shapes. Let's try an E minor. So just take that second finger off, put the bar on, E minor becomes F minor, F sharp minor, G minor, G sharp minor, and on the fifth fret, the bar on the fifth fret, then the shape, E minor becomes A minor. You can hear that if we play an open A minor. Good. Now when you start playing bar chords, it's a real pain. I understand that. Nobody enjoys the learning process of bar chords because our hands are not used to doing the really weird, awkward shapes that we need to do bar chords. That, for example, where we squeeze the first finger down against the thumb, is just a really kind of unusual thing to be doing with our hands. And then to get our fingers nice and pointy to make the shapes, again, it's just not pleasant. But it's part of learning the guitar. So, first finger flat over all 6 strings. Just do that for me right now and give it a strum. And eventually we want to be holding those strings down hard enough, squeezing hard enough so that it sounds nice and clear and the notes sustain for a few seconds. Then we put the shape on. Let's say an E shape, third string up, two best friends, strum all 6 strings, here we go. Good. Now the most important thing is practice this. Even if it sounds a bit poor at first, the more you practice, the more you learn to squeeze, better it will sound. Wonderful, have fun practicing bar chords, and I'll see you next time.